Oh, what? God. Come on. Hello everyone, I'm gamedotfilm and today I am reviewing the Resident Evil 4 Remake, released this year in March 2023 by Capcom. Now I gotta say, this was one of my most anticipated games of 2023. I remember in 2005 buying the original, clearing out my weekend and hunkering down in my bedroom playing the hell out of it. I have to say this remake does the OG justice. I enjoyed my hardcore playthrough so freaking much. I rarely ask off for work to play video games, but this time I did, for the whole weekend. It took me 27 hours and 99 deaths to beat it. I know that sounds like a lot, but although I got my butt handed to me, I enjoyed every minute of it. This game has great characters, intense combat, creepy atmosphere, a wide range of weapons, terrifying monsters, and great sound design. That's actually the first thing I want to gush about. I made a short reel of my favorite sounds in the game. Let's take a listen to them first.
Present for you. Sorry, you're not my type.
My favorite sound is probably the pings off enemy armor, and you gotta love the sound of guts spilling out and those bugs exploding too. Now, there are a ton of freaky monsters in this game. I was not only blown away by their designs, but I was so impressed with the way the game introduces them to you. I swear every time you meet a new enemy, there's a mini cutscene that happens. Let me show you a few clips to show you what I'm talking about.
Sorry, didn't realize it was yours.
Speaking of introductions, look how the game introduces our hero, Leon Kennedy. I went wild over this scene. He just kicks a guy's head to the other side. Check it out.
Yeah.
Now, in that sound design clip, you caught some moments of blood and guts, right? Now, I'm a big fan of Gore, and I hope you are too. This game has some outstanding death animations. Check it out.
Damn it. Wow. I wasn't ready. Dang.
Now, I gotta show you a couple clips of what the shotgun can do in the carnage. Blew a guy's head off, blew a guy's arm off, and here I'm gonna blow a guy in half. Let's talk about the puzzles. They have been a staple in the Resident Evil series since the beginning. and they really did a fine job here in the remake. I was really impressed. I had to put in thought and effort into most. Others, I won't lie, I did wing them to complete them, which is totally fine. I love looking back at your diary entries to find clues to help solve puzzles. That was great. Just like in the original Resident Evil 4, you do take control of Ashley for a short period of time. You don't have any weapons and are only armed with the lantern to stun the statue enemies. I found it pretty scary, tense, and also funny because you're able to listen to her banter, which I thought the voice actors did a good job. The voice acting in general is great. I do think Ada is the weakest of them all. Not bad, just unremarkable.
Very smooth.
So who are you working for this time?
Oh, Leon.
The briefcase where you store all your items also makes a return. Who doesn't love this layout and taking the time to organize all of your inventory? A new feature in the remake is adding charms to get specific perks. You can get these by completing challenges at the gun range, which I will mention later in this video.
Now what really put this game over the top for me are the boss fights. Resident Evil 2 Remake was a 9.5 out of 10 for me, and it could have been a 10 if the boss fights were just a smidge better. In Resident Evil 4 Remake, the bosses make you work for that win. There's patterns you have to memorize, and I feel most of the bosses have a nice variety of attacks. Past Resident Evil bosses, it felt like you'd shoot a couple times, run, shoot a couple times, run in a circle, rinse and repeat. I have to say the sea monster boss was the weakest by far, but I'm okay with it because I'm so glad they left it in there to capture the feel from the original Resident Evil 4. I really like the attention to detail in this game. This colorful palette of food. You've also got this caca looking stew. I'm not really sure what that is. The tentacles still move after an enemy's head is blown off. And this really blew me away right here, guys. Now, you can shoot this lantern and it will drop a treasure, right? Notice how it falls in crap, and the item is called a dirty pearl pendant. What I did not know is I could have shot the piece of wood first to close the well off so the item would not fall and become dirty. The item's value could have been sold at a higher price if it was a clean pearl pendant. Love, love, love this detail so much. Since this is a horror game, we have to talk about the atmosphere. Sure, there's a lot of combat in this game, and those fights are tense, but exploring this world in between fights was a real pleasure. Creepy villages with cabins full of blood and strange items, traversing a low-lit limestone cavern, exploring a castle that has spooky paintings and decor, not to mention tight corridors. I mentioned earlier how many freaky monsters there are, and the more you explore, the more anxious I got not knowing what was waiting for me around the corner. I also think the ambient soundtrack is the cherry on top. It definitely adds to the atmosphere as well. Just like in the 1996 Resident Evil 1 and other games, not all, you can examine items. You can zoom in and out, turn the item around from all angles, take a good look. If this is your first Resident Evil game, you probably won't care about this or find it neat, but longtime players will appreciate this. The shooting range is a mini-game that makes its return from the original game. This is a great palate cleanser. Is the game getting too scary? Is it getting too difficult? Feeling worn down or burnt out? Take a break and have some fun at the range. You can use any weapon to play around with. As the game goes on, that is, you have to start out with the basic weapons first. The higher you score, the more coins and maybe a rare one you'll receive. You can use these coins for prizes, which will help you on your journey. If you come across treasures that have indentions on them, wait to sell them until you can plug them full of gemstones. Play around with different colors and sizes of gems. There's ways to maximize the selling value, but I'll let you guys figure that part out. Now, I can gush about the combat all day here, guys. It's just freaking immaculate. Pop a few shots with your pistol to stun the enemy, go in for a melee and hear those bones break. You can even kick enemies off of ledges. Find yourself in a big crowd, blow them away with a shotgun, a mine thrower, or grenades. Use a sniper to pick off those pesky Molotov throwers. One of the biggest changes from the original is the knife usage, and man is it brilliant. Besides stabbing baddies like regular, you can press the L1 button to parry right before an enemy attacks you. There will be an alert at the bottom right of the screen to remind you of this, so pay attention. Be careful as knives will wear down, so keep your eye on your resources and know when you should expend ammunition or go ham with the knife. A quick tip, pay attention to how enemies get stunned. There will be a prompt to go in for a melee. Countless times I didn't see it until 1 or 2 seconds later. I would go in and the prompt would disappear, leaving me open to attack. There's also bigger enemies that have unblockable attacks, but an alert will flash telling you to dodge. Don't miss this, and remember the dodge button is different than the parry button. I'm a big dummy and I was pressing L1 instead of circle to dodge. Oh, and another tip, you're going to be looking around a lot to find escape routes from a big crowd of enemies, right? You're also going to be looking up a lot because that's where the tons of treasure is, like hanging, right? But for the love of God, don't forget to look out where you're stepping because I don't understand that. Does anyone remember Resident Evil Vendetta, the 2017 animation film? I had to mention this because there is a cutscene in the game showing off some outstanding action choreography, and it's reminding us how skilled Leon is in dispatching bad guys. It's not as over the top as the film clip, but still, I really love that cutscene. Now we're approaching the end of this video, but I gotta plug 5 of my favorite moments while streaming this game. Check it out. Damn it. Damn. Shh. Oh shit, dude, I twitched. I went like, Rough day. Now that brings us to the end of this review. I am giving the Resident Evil 4 Remake a 10 out of 10 grade. If you are brand new to the series, if you're a long-time Resident Evil fan that's on the fence, you're not sure about this one, buy this ASAP. It is worth it at full price. Although I've been shifting away from streaming and focusing on YouTube this year, I still stream from time to time on Twitch. Give me a follow there at twitch.tv/gamedotfilm. I'm pretty active on TikTok. I like posting short stream highlights and film clips, plus my physical media collection there. I post every day on Twitter as well. Follow me here too. I like posting about the same things I mentioned before, plus daily life, politic rants, cat photos, updates when I'm going to stream, and upcoming projects I'm working on. Same thing with Instagram. I'm posting every day there too, especially tons of cat photos. Don't forget to hit that sub button, guys. Like this video, leave a comment. Liking and commenting will help boost that brutal YouTube algorithm. Even if you're kind of busy, leaving this video on in the background will boost that algorithm as well. So I definitely appreciate that. Hope you like this video, guys. Until the next time, peace.